I think the mainstream media has come a long way since this trial started. In the pretrial hearings, I can tell you some of the players were not up to date on this story. They knew nothing. They didn't know,
Mm.
really, they knew nothing. They were just essentially jumping into it with no background. And I remember them not even really knowing where to find court documents about this, because we obviously have a really great group of people that put all these court documents online. And I was in the courtroom and I was just going to the Free Karen Reed, Justice for John O'Keefe Facebook page and pulling up docs. I would look at them right there and they were like, well, wow, I didn't know that. They've come a long way. I can tell you there are some people that were anti-Turtle Boy when this started, and I think, have been won over by him. I think they are starting to give him credit where credit is due. There are some, I think, that
Yeah.
don't. But
I
mainstream
know at least
media
one.
is a say
I
it
know
again.
at least I know at least one person who is a Massachusetts local, and she had uh, Turtle Boy write a story about a friend of hers or something, and I don't know all the details. I won't get into it. I don't know what it is, but she hated Turtle Boy. But she saw the work that he put into this case, and it changed her opinion of him overall. She's
He
pretty
wrote
much
about me, Will. I don't know if you know that, but I was featured on a blog of his in
Mhm.
2020.
really,
Oh
and it
yeah.
was bad. It was
Oh,
bad.
terrible. Yeah. 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 And I'm still a fan. And the funny story is, I reached out to him afterwards because he did it a little differently. He didn't reach out to me to authenticate
Excuse
anything.
me.
So he just ran with it. I think he does a little bit more, checking things now. Right. But back then in 2020, he didn't. I messaged him and I was like, I'd like to give you my side of this. I said a couple things and I said, he's like, you know what? Later on, a couple years later, because I still believe in free and fair journalism. I still believe in a very non-mainstream way of reporting news, like we all do. I still respect him for what he does. He offered to take it down. I said, no, man, leave it up. It's like a badge of honor. I was Turtle Boy famous for a little while, and I believe in what he does so much. I mean, I think if you're confident in who you are, and hey, he got it wrong, or this isn't the full story. I didn't need to. It's still up there. You can Google it when you're done. But yeah, I think when you have to believe in what he does and how he does it, and it's a little different. But man, mainstream media is never going to get to the meat and potatoes of these stories the way that
Yeah.
he does or the way that we do. So you have to give him some respect.
I think it's different. Like if you're here and you live it, or you come and you experience it, then just someone out in California doing a story on it. It's the people, that kind of encompass this whole story and this whole movement. And I have to say, and I said this in a post today. I mean, this has changed my life. Really has. I would have never met any of you beautiful people if this didn't happen. I wouldn't know all these people in the chat, or when I go out and people reckon me and say, hey, thank you for everything that you've done, because the bottom line is this could be you, anybody in this chat. And
What does that say, Tom?
People are amazing. Exactly what
Yeah,
Brian just said. I
it
wrote it
certainly
down
has
so I wouldn't
changed
forget
my
to
life.
say it. And he's
It
talking
certainly has
about it right
changed my
now.
life.
It's
And
perfect.
it's been an absolute honor to do what we do. It really has.
I met some really awesome people. Like I can't begin to tell you. And Will, you're kind of new here. So how is it
Yeah.
from what it was back in where you're from to physically seeing, feeling? What's the difference? How was the difference?
It was everything I hoped it would be, and more. It was more than I. I didn't expect the reception that I got, but I'm more than grateful for it. I'm still trying to process it. I don't know how to, like, you know, um, but because I mean, still, I mean, it's YouTube, man. Like, I'm just an asshole who decided, okay, well, I'm just gonna run my mouth and see if anybody cares, and
It worked.
It
I
worked.
know I've been doing it a long time, but then I get involved in this case, um, and you know to have to get the support from the people who are the most affected by this, um, it's a game changer. Totally. Like I'm just I don't see myself doing anything with the same perspective as I did a week ago. You know, and I was already grateful and I was already happy. That's why I came here, was just because I have to see things from that perspective, just at least even for a day. I have to, for me to even dare to talk about it the way that I do. And so, doing that now, I'm like, wow. And getting to just interact with each person one-on-one, was just you know, putting faces to some of the names that show up in the chat that are always there and supportive. And it was just, yeah, it was wild. It was a lot. But so nice, so nice.
I think it's a really it's a testament to the character of the Reed family and Karen, that she is, during the most difficult time of her life, thinking of other people and rewarding people for the work that they've put in and for the support. And when you see her outside, you guys, even, and Tom, you're there every day, how she takes the time to hug people, say hello to them. I mean, this is
she knows
character.
so many people's names. She's walking
It's
by.
character.
Boom, 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 boom. It's more. It's her. It's who she is. It's more than that. It's so much more than that, Jess. And I can't explain it. It's like her family did. They gave her extra. I don't know what they did, but she's got extra because she's just on it.
Karen
Will
is
gives good hugs.
Yeah, Will, you give good hug. Kelly says you give good hugs, Will.
So does she. Everyone there does.
Yeah, they do.
Everyone there does. That was, yeah, it was fantastic.